In this breath meditation, we'll continue our exploration and we'll deepen our connection and our relationship with our breath. And by using it as an anchor to the present moment, we'll be training our attention to constantly come back to the present moment, and thereby increasing our ability to stay concentrated. And this concentration will also over time help us increasingly abide with our experiences, which can be very helpful in our everyday life. And finally, we'll also be training in a certain kind of kindness toward the tendency of our mind to try to escape the present moment. So begin by finding your seated position. Feel that your back is straight and that you have a proud posture, and yet that you're not tensing yourself, that you can really relax for this period of time. Then gently close your eyes and see if you can feel your body from the inside. Maybe taking a few deep breaths just to relax and let yourself settle into your seat. And then letting the breath find its natural rhythm of in-breath and out-breath. Noticing that this rhythm is present, whether you're paying attention to the breath or not. In other words, the breath is always available to you as a point of attention. It's a great anchor back to the present moment where you can observe how the breath is expressing itself moment by moment. Maybe you feel the chest expanding on the in-breath and contracting on the out-breath. Perhaps the feeling of air flowing in and out through your nostrils. Or the belly rising on the in-breath and sinking back on the out-breath. Wherever you feel the breath most clearly, you can just rest your attention there. Let go of any expectation that you have about the breath, how you should feel, how concentrated you should be. Just let all of that go. It doesn't really matter how many thoughts come up or how the breath feels. We're not trying to achieve a certain feeling or even relaxation. We're just trying to get closer to the actual experience of the breath. So try to come back and just rest your attention on each in-breath and each out-breath. So as you sit, you will notice that thoughts come up and interrupt your attention on your breath. You may also notice the tendency to follow along with the thoughts or being caught up in them. And so try to avoid, on the one extreme, to push the thoughts away or pretend like they're not there, or on the other extreme, following them along and getting lost in the storylines of them. Really try to stay in the center, clearly perceiving the thoughts as they are. And one technique that you might find helpful is to note the thoughts by naming them. So as you sit and you notice a thought coming up, you can put a mental note like remembering, or planning, or worrying. Whatever the type of thought that come up, you can put a mental note on it just in order to clearly perceive it. So as you sit with your breath, the meditation technique is whenever you find yourself thinking or being distracted, clearly noting that that process is going on. And then once again, relax in your body, release the distraction, and return back to the flow of the in-breath and the flow of the out-breath. It doesn't matter how many times you get distracted, how many times the thoughts catch your attention. Each time, patiently start over, come back to the breath. So as we're finding stillness, we're also allowing thoughts to come up to the surface. And rather than being resentful or annoyed by them, see if you can meet them with a compassion and an accepting attitude. just like we're training a puppy, we don't get mad or we don't yell at the puppy when misbehaving. But we also don't let it walk away or pee all over the floor. Patiently and with compassion, we train the puppy. And that exact same approach is what we're applying and cultivating as we're learning to meditate with our breath. Patience, acceptance, and compassion. And every time the mind wanders is a new opportunity to start over. Start over with curiosity, with an attitude of acceptance, of compassion, of concentration. You might want to experiment with gently counting the breath as a way to remain concentrated. So gently on each out-breath, you can put a mental note quietly for yourself, 1, then on the next out-breath, 2, 3. Just gently for yourself, note each breath, and whenever you get lost, you can just start fresh. Start from the beginning, gently counting each cycle of the breath. Become very interested and very attentive to the breath, to the flow of the air in and out. Pay attention to the length of the breath. Is it deep or shallow? Are the breaths even or uneven? You may feel a difference in the in-breath and the out-breath. Maybe you can feel a slight cooler temperature when you breathe in your nostrils and then slightly warmer air coming out. So just pay very close attention to how the breath really feels. whenever you notice that you're distracted by a thought, an emotion, a physical sensation, maybe a pain, whatever the distraction is, as soon as you notice, try to relax in your body, release the thought or the distraction, and then return back to the breath. So come back to the physical sensation of the breath, feeling the abdomen or the chest or the nostrils, really feeling the breath rather than thinking about the breath. Enjoying the natural rhythm of the respiration, enjoying the relaxation that comes with the out-breath. And for this last period of time, just rest your attention wherever you feel the breath most clearly, and I will indicate with the gong when the meditation is over.